So Tiff, I have to tell you, every time we see you in Atlanta, if we go to dinner or we stop by the showroom or we run into you at the Marriott or whatever it is,
Yeah.
every every single time, this is so Sue. We walk away from you and she's like, I freaking love that girl. Like every time, and I'm like, this is why we need a little Tiff in the cottage world right now.
Yeah.
She's like, freaking love her. Which,
Thank you.
by the way, if you imagine yourself meeting, we already sort of said it, but your like biggest celebrity crush in the world, that's where Brimmer is right now. So if she starts like throwing up or passing out, she's
He's
so
like,
happy.
I need your husband's number in case you pass out on camera.
You're the best. No, but thank you.
So
so
we
much.
just need to share a little TJ love. So can we do a little bit about like your whole story and where you started? Didn't you used to work at a news station?
Yeah, definitely. So crazy. Yeah. So I graduated from UNH in 2010, crazy. And after that, I started working at Channel 7 News in Boston. I actually would be part of like the production room. So I'd work with like the anchors and the reporters and stuff and did like the teleprompter, which I was like the worst. And,
that would make me so nervous. I'd be like,
horrible. I was so bad. Like I messed them totally up in their live. Like I was bad. So anyways, it was a really cool experience though, like, but everyone around me like loved their job. Like literally I feel like the people in the news, like all that, they like love it. And you got to for that field. And like what I was doing could have helped me if I wanted to be like an anchor reporter, but that's just not me. And the people around me, they love it. And I was like, I'm definitely like not set up. Like this isn't the way I didn't want to like stay in that field knowing my heart wasn't already like in it. So I started making jewelry for like friends and family, always been super into stones and their meanings. And I had charms that were symbolic to me. So I was like, well, I made my very bracelet, and it was an amethyst bracelet with a guardian angel. And I'll never forget it. I made my very first one, and it looked boring. It was just amethyst with a charm. And I was like, and then I randomly had these tubes and pyrite is for good luck and protection. So that became, right after I made that one bracelet, that became my pattern. So that was like, I made the bracelet and I literally was like, it was like a light went off. I was like, that's it. That's the bracelet. Like that's going to be my design. And then I made a bunch of different ones and stuff. And I then met my parents, and I told my mom and my stepdad, and my stepdad helped me. Like he had connections where I was working at Channel 7. So he was like, they weren't on board. They were kind of like, Tiff, you just graduated. You got a great job. Like, no, what are you doing?
What do you mean you want to go like sell jewelry? Like
right,
what?
right.
They're like, you're gonna make this hobby, like they're bracelets, Tiff. Like what? They thought I was crazy, and I've never done sales, retail, nothing in my life. I worked at Hollister for like a hot minute, and that was like,
for the discount.
Yeah, that was legit. That was it for my retail experience. And it was so funny. So then I told my dad, and my dad did product development for different shoe brands and stuff. I would go to trade shows with him as a little girl. So I think subconsciously, like I kind of like maybe heard him or whatever, like in sales. So he was like, he was like, you do it. And then Leon, my now husband, him and I, like he was like, we need to make like a line. Like you can't just have all these designs. He goes, you should pick your 6 favorite charms, 6 favorite stones, and that'll be what you sell, like what it is. So I went into my very first store in Quincy, my hometown. It's a jewelry store, and they brought it in, and he brought in right off the back. I had a pre-pack, and we just sold it like that. It was like, I think it was like 6 designs, 6 charms or whatever. But either way, he brought it in, and he calls me a week later, and he's like, Tiff, like I'm selling these bracelets, and he needed a reorder. And my bracelets always had a meaning. My mom gave me her paper cutter from work, and I literally would go to Staples, and I would print like all the papers, like, and then all my stones were on a card like this big, so many typos, like my fonts were purple and crazy, and I would paper cut every single one. Then I'd hole punch the meaning of the charm with that card with a purple ribbon, like so crazy.
That's so fun.
And then it just started getting, then I got my next store, and then Leon was like, he made a comment. He was like, well, you can be excited about a couple stores, but if you want to make this like a business, like you got to, I was like, can you just be excited? I got 2 stores. So I literally wanted to prove to him that I could do it. I got in the car one day and I had 6 stores I wanted to try to like target and get into, whatever. And I opened 4. So, and Sarah, like you guys know, like you don't just like get whole like retail stores. Like it's hard, like to meet the owner. To me, my first like 20 stores, I was like, this is East. I'm like, what? Like I just so happened to meet the owner. The owner just so happened to be there. I had like, literally I would have a bag with my bracelets in it. And so I didn't look like a rep or anything. So people would be like, can I help you? And I'm like, yeah, is the owner or buyer available? And they're like, and who are you? And I'm like, da, 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 da. And I would like, yeah, do my little spiel. And it's crazy. I still work with like about 80% of my stores that I started with. And what was crazy was I was getting into those like good gift boutiques that I didn't even really know yet that they were going to be like just great retailers that end up, you know, turned into family. Then stores started telling other stores. And then, you know, fast forward about 8 years later, it's crazy. I have like a team of 10 of us. Everything's all handmade right here on Cape Cod, all made by women. All the bracelets are made by women. And, you know, I got the best team. I just, it's crazy. Every year, like something has happened, like really excited. Like it's crazy, but I live and breathe it. Like it's literally my life. Like I love it so much. And I'm like, I can't picture my life ever. I don't know what I would have ever done. I don't know. Maybe still be at Channel 7. It's like, it's crazy. But, you know, I love being able to create pieces for, you know, people to connect to. You never know how much it can like speak to someone. And it's just so special when I see people read our cards and, you know, or email us and tell us why they got that bracelet. It's just, it means so much to me. And that's really what like pushes me to continue to create and, you know, just think of different things that can speak to people's hearts. So it's crazy. And I get to work with, you know, you guys, like amazing stores that believe in me, and that gives me just so much passion. You know, when I get to see you guys at the shows or visit the stores, it's like, it's so cool because then it puts even more to that retailer, because we talk with everyone through email or social, but then to like, you know, see a face, like to finally meet you, Burma, like it's so cool, you know, and it means a lot to me. So it's just a crazy
so
journey,
cool.
but I love it.
It's so cool though, like especially when did you go in and sell your first like pre-pack?
2012, the end of 2012.
2012. And you said like 80% or probably more of those stores are like still, it's such a testament to your brand, Tiff. It's so amazing that like, and you just keep trying new things and elevating it, making it different and making it better. And it's just such a cool story. I'm so proud of you.
And we appreciate it. You know, like there's obviously so much out there. So it means a lot to us that, you know, you guys believe in our brand and want to share it with your customers.
I mean, everyone I feel like needs to hold on to a little piece of hope or positivity or whatever it is. So it's just funny to see, like, I never thought that I would be somebody who is really like into the meaning behind things, but like I keep all my little cards for my bracelets, and like I like when I'm picking out my next one, I'm like, wait, I need to know what the stone means, and it needs to like coincide with my charm, and da 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 da. So it's cool what you're doing.
And that's the fun part, I feel like, about the brand is like everyone can have similar stacks, but they can be so different. Like you could have the guardian angel with amethyst because, you know, you love the meaning of that stone, but then Sarah could have the guardian with like turquoise. It's like that. It's just so cool when you see everyone's different, like we say, like stack your story, because you just never know. It's just so funny to me how everyone's can be so different. And I do feel like they all flow. Like you really can mix and match any of our pieces, you know, even if you have other bangles, watches, whatever it is, they mix so good with everything. And they're super comfy and durable. So
Yeah,
you
the
know?
fact that you can like pull them, and they don't stretch out. I love that.
I do that at trade shows, and stores are always like, oh my God.
yeah.
They're so durable. I got to show you.
Let's talk about a few of our favorites. Look how pretty this is.
I know.
And
you got the elephant on in the gold. I see it.
the gold.
I know,
love
loving
the gold.
Gold
And the
is
tree of life in the gold. Oh, I can't. I'll have to take them off. But
the unbreakable and the gold. I love that.
Oh yeah, that one. I have that one right here.
Yeah.
That's the one I have.
Yeah, love it.
Rhodochrosite. And I love rhodochrosite.
oh my God, of course you're twinning.
That's the stone of self-love too. Remember, I just love the meaning of that stone. It's like self-love and healing. And then I just feel like the combination with the unbreakable is so good, especially for everyone right now. You know, just a little reminder, you know, it is a tough time, but we will get through it, and we're strong and unbreakable. So I love that thing.
So Tiff, what is your favorite one that you're wearing right now?
One of
How do you
my
choose every day?
Oh my God, I'm crazy. One that I usually do wear a lot is I love the Lucky Elephant. This is one of my new gold favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. You have it in the silver, but yeah. See, that's one of my favorites. It's like good luck, protection. It's happy. It's just I love looking at that. Then another one of my favorites that is the Life's a Journey.
Yeah, that's fun.
I love this one. It's just like happy, positivity. It's like, you know, a symbol of happiness, and just I don't know, just reminds me of like soon, you know, we'll be traveling again, having good memories and all of that. And then also the family tree. That's one of my all-time favorites. I miss my fam so much. So I love wearing that as just a little reminder. You know, we're always all connected, and just life begins with family. I love it. It's just one of my favorites, you know, and it's a symbol of connection, and just a good reminder for the ones we love.
I love this color too. That color is
rhodochrosite. I love it. The gold is all brand new. So these are brand new that you guys have. The gold are all 14 karat gold plated too over the sterling. So great quality. I mix them all with my silver too. So they just really mix and match. So nice. And obviously you can just slip them right on, but they're nice and just different. All of them also come with a different type of
the rose gold
card too. The card has a little bit of gold foil in it. So the card's just, it's got some foil in there. It's so pretty. So it really complements the bracelet. I feel like it brings
together. The packaging is so cute.
Yes. Oh my God. Don't you love that one? The wave.
I love the stones and the wave and the gold with it really just makes it pop.
And remember, the one that you're holding is Amazonite. So that's like a soothing stone. It's also the stone of well-being. Mm-hmm. I think it's so pretty for the ocean.
It's one of my favorites, definitely.
Yeah, the tranquility, all that vibe.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love this one too. This honestly is not something I would usually ever pick, but it looks so good.
It brings out too that protection. That's got that little blue eye in the middle, and I feel like Night brings that out. And that charm's great, especially even a little gift for right now for someone. It's a symbol of protection and just you know, just like happiness and positivity.
Right. Well, and that's why I love your little VW bus in this yellow, because yellow, I always say like, I love yellow because it's the color of sunshine, which makes me happy. And then just the bus, like who doesn't love the VW bus and like all that, you know, kind of
totally right up my alley. That was my inspiration. And fun fact too about that stone, that's yellow calcite. That stone is a retailer exclusive. So you can only get that within our independents. So like you guys, you can only get the yellow in stores. So the yellow is really beautiful. That's the yellow calcite.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh. The other thing that I love, and that people may or may not know, but there's different sizes, which means different price points.
Yeah.
So like this cutie little anchor.
I love that one. So those are still all the sterling silver too. And then there's 6mm stones.
And then I know you love this one. Look at your little cutie pie. Can you see it? It's shaking.
That's her favorite. Huh? She made me a crazy dog mom. So I don't know who loves who more. All the dog moms out there, that's a great charm. And then we also have the paw print too, which is cute.
That's the one that Sarah, my dog that I was just talking about just passed away a couple months ago. It sucked,
Sorry.
but that's the one that Sarah gave me just
Yeah,
to,
when we were in New York with you, we were like, we need to
Yes,
pick
I
one for
remember.
Brammer.
Oh, see, meant to be. She's
Yeah.
always with you. I love the paw. It's just such a meaningful one, and it's that one's a give back too.
yeah,
We
I
do
saw that on the card, the Humane Society, right?
Yeah, yep. So I love
So
that.
how do you pick your give back? Like, is it just case by case, or it just kind of
Kind
comes
of
up?
just try to do a different few a year. You know, just to do different ones that we feel either some either are personal to me or just, you know, ones that after, you know, meeting others and hearing people's stories, just certain ones that we feel we want to add this season. So we really try to add to it every season. We add new charms. Our newest this season are Parkinson's awareness and autism awareness.
I love the blue with the
I
little.
love that, and
Yeah.
that one is just such a special give back. We wanted to create that for a bit now. We've had, you know, just family members and friends just really want that charm. So it takes a while too to sometimes like team up with the organizations and stuff. So we were excited to be able to have 2 new ones for this season, and then we'll have new ones for the holiday too.
Yeah.
T.Jazelle relief bracelet. So can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's
Okay,
so
cool.
pretty.
So
So the price on that, it's $39.99. Is that right?
Yep, $39.99, and it's all handmade with Mystic Gray Agate gemstones and blue quartzite. Mystic Gray Agate is worn for supportive energy to the wearer and for soothing qualities, and then blue quartzite is the stone of positive energy and strength. And then on the card, I know, right? And then the card says what it's giving back to. So the Coronavirus Relief Fund. And then the back of the card has the meanings of the stones. And then also just a little reminder, we will get through this together, a little message from us.
So great.
Awesome.
And you write all those cards, right? That's your verbiage on
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I like that.
So I write
That's hard. That's the hardest part.
I know. Well, it's funny, like when it comes to that time of year, always I always have just done the same thing. So I like just need to stick with it. But I literally send my meanings out to like all my best friends. I have them read it, and it's nice because they'll like, you know, critique it, what they think. And then Leon gets to hear them all the time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. He's like, all right.
They sound the same. I'm like, no, they don't. I'm like, no. I'm like, they're so special. Like, I like love writing the meanings. Like, I'll just sometimes wake up and I'll like literally have an idea of a charm, or I'll be driving or whatever, and I just put it in my notes, and it's just so cool because like, I don't know, just seeing them all come together. Like, I work with a girl that she like draws them, so I like tell her my vision, like what I'm thinking, and I can't draw for the life of me, but I can like kind of really explain what I want. And then it's cool because they're all like hand done, so then seeing them go from like that phase to like the charm, then to real life is just so fun. And then the meanings, when I write my meanings, I really just try to like, I don't know, think of just different symbols too, besides just, you know, ones that are obviously out there, which you need, you know, like the specific symbols. But I try to also just think of different things as well that can be, you know, just as powerful. And what's cool is when I travel or like do trade shows or like events, I love to hear things people are looking for, because then it can make an idea in my brain. Like, you know, I've had a lot of people ask for stuff for courage and strength, and it's like I don't have a charm like specific for that. So like this season I did design one for fall that is more for like catered to that. And then I do, and it's funny, like when I'm designing, sometimes symbols come up for things that are going on in my life, which is weird because like subconsciously I don't realize it, but that's like my inspiration. Like if I'm going through something or thinking of something, I sometimes translate that into my designs, which I never realized. But one time my husband was like, just certain charms, he's like, you do realize, like, I'm like, I guess I just don't even think of it. It just is what is speaking to my heart at that time. I'm like, that'd be a great
being a
charm.
musician, like a pop musician, like you write about your breakups and you're
Yeah, exactly. Right? It's true. It's crazy. Like you never know what can speak to other people's hearts just as much as it can speak to yours. And so that's what I really try to do with our designs is have something for everybody, you know, whether it's a hard time, someone getting married, maybe a new baby, just like anything, like something for all those
Like
points.
too, the reflect, you know, that can be very
I love that.
Yeah.
We designed that one. It took so long. Like I had the vision of it, and I was like, because I was like, how cool. Like, you know, we all go through stuff, and all the things we go through in our life, I think obviously shape us into who we are, whether we don't realize it at the time. But those hard moments, those challenging times, the good times, whatever, maybe you don't end up taking like a certain job, or someone is out of your life, like all those things help us like shape who we are. And I was like, what could I do for a charm, like about reflecting and, you know, a new day, whatever. And that's when I thought of that charm. And I was like, this charm, when we like did it, I was like, this is gonna be so sick, like so cool. And I loved it. That one's one of my favorites. Like so excited. It's like once I launch something, it's like for instance, gold, that's been done now for like 6 months, but to the consumers, like no one's seen it yet. And I'm like so excited. You know, I've had pictures. I do like 90% of all of our content for social. Like I do all of our pictures basically. So I have all these photos from like for so long of gold. And I'm like, I just can't wait to like share it, you know? So finally our gold's out there, but it's just fun creating and getting to design all the different collections, you know?
Oh, absolutely. So do you just kind of, it just comes to you, and like, how do you choose your stones and your charms? And
So the charms, I have like a huge, kind of not like a file, but like a doc that I just always have ideas, and I just like write them all. And then there's always certain ones like I'll save things like for timing if it ties more with like this season versus like spring or summer. So that's kind of how I've done it, and it's just, and it like works. So we kind of just pick and choose. We'll talk with the team, and you know, also I do like polls to see what people want to see, things like that. And then stones, my husband Leon actually really helps with the stones. We go to like different gem shows and everything. So now we have relationships with a lot of different stone suppliers from like all over the country. So it's cool. He basically will get a bunch of different samples of stones, and then we usually do like a vote with the team. You know, we have about we have all different girls, and then I'll share it with friends and family. And then if there's usually a few stones that's like a toss up, we like try to like figure it out with like the masses. So it's cool. We always just try to do different stones that can kind of mix and match, but we always keep it fresh. So we're always adding new like every season, so it's fresh for the store and the customers.
you keep all of your like old ideas? Like, do you ever go back and be like, what were we thinking?
Oh yeah, like there was some collections that we did. I don't even know if you guys ever had them, but like, oh my god, yeah, definitely. I had collections. I remember like, it's funny, like looking back, some I was like, this is gonna be the hit.
Yeah.
This is gonna kill it. And then it's like a dud. No one likes it but me. And so we kind of, but it's good. Like we needed those experiences to kind of really focus on what we're good at, and that is, you know, creating meaning with the stones, and you know, also just different charms, and then also collections focusing on our stones and charms, but expanding that idea into different things. So every season we're growing and creating different things, but always keeping it fresh and new.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a hard challenge for a lot of people who start out, is it's like, oh, we need to do this, we need to do this and this and this.
Oh yeah, you get carried away. Like I think it was like our third or fourth year in business. Like it was definitely like a few years ago, and it was we thought we could do it. We thought, because people wanted it, and we booked it, like stores were bringing it in, and then it didn't flow. And so, you know, we added all different stuff, and then we refocused, kind of like got back to our core and figured, you know, let's add more charms and add more stones rather than adding all these other collections that are irrelevant for our brand. Like it's just not, it's not us. It's not what we're good at.
Yeah.
So
it's smart.
Always evolving. And that's why gold, I did gold back in the day, but it was done totally different. Personally, like it's funny, some of our charms, like I didn't want to have like any like ink on the charm. I wanted it just like gold looking. So that's what this whole collection's totally different. The gold is different. It's 14 karat gold plated over sterling. So I feel like it's just good to always just evolve, you know, keeping it new.
That's why it's fun to follow you on Instagram, just because like I saw that video of you like at Mark, you have like stuff in your hands. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. It's crazy. And it's like so exciting that like you still get that like jittery feeling. And I mean, it just goes to show that you are passionate about your brand and you're not just cranking out stuff that you don't.
Totally. I live and breathe it. It's like, I always say to Leon, my husband, I'm like, I can't even imagine like what I would be doing. And don't get me wrong. Like I have crazy moments. I have days where I'm like, I can't do this, like, you know, stressful moments. But at the end of the day, like that all outweighs how much I'm like, I live it. I live, breathe. It's just like, it's so me. It's crazy, you know, but it's so fun. And, you know, I love being able to create things that speak to people's hearts of all ages. It's so special.
Right.
Especially, you know, during this time, I just feel like everyone needs some inspiration, positivity, and, you know, we can all use that right now.
Absolutely. Something to hold on to. Yeah.
Can I tell them about the promo we're going to do?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it's just exactly what you guys are talking about. It's like, we want to get everybody stacked with like a ton of positivity and TJ love. So I was like, what can we do? Because I feel like a good starter stack's like 3 bracelets. So what we're going to do, if you go to shopthecottage.com and buy 3 or more TJ bracelets, go to jewelry, they're under T.Jazelle. We're going to send you one of these amazing little Cottage. I love the Cottage.
I love that.
So when you're on your Zoom cocktail, you can fill it with, you know, your favorite beverage, coffee, wine, cocktail.
I love that.
Show everyone your new TJ stack.
See?
So if you order 3 or more bracelets, you get this. And then even better, if you want to share the love, get yourself a few extras or send some to a couple friends. If you buy 5 or more TJ bracelets, you get the wine glass and this limited edition. You know this one.
Awesome. And I love that limited. That's with rose quartz and hematite. So rose quartz is like the stone of love and happiness. And then the hematite is a grounding stone. It's also for strength. So I personally love that combination.
It's so cute. And the little card is so cute. And it's like everyone is meaningful and unique. And I hope you love it as much as we do. Made with love and good vibes, right?
And I love that. That's a limited edition too. I know you said, but that's cool because it's special. It's not one that's like in the line always.
Yes. So we have a few of these. And if you order 3, you get this. If you order 5, you get these.
And the reality is,
I love it, Sarah. Woo!
Yes, we came to play, Tiff. We're not messing around.
I love it. I know when you asked me, I'm like, this is going to be fun. I've been looking forward to it.
Let me see your stacks, Tiff. Are you double stacked? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I mix and match all of them. So I have like my golds in there. I kind of have a coastal vibe going today. I got the turtle, the wave, the seashell on, and then another one that's one of my favorites I wear a lot is My Heart Never Forgets. And this is actually
so
a gift bag. It's for Alzheimer's awareness, and I wear it for my grandmother, but I wear this one like every day too. So I love the way that this purple though. I don't know if you guys have purple, Jay, but like look at how pretty that looks with Mystic Gray.
Yeah, I really like that.
So pretty.
And then the pearl. I love that.
Oh yeah, because the gray really like it looks purple in certain
the gray is such a good neutral.
Yeah.
So that's another cool thing. The relief bracelet, the gray agate in the relief bracelet is the same gray agate that's in the gold gray agate. So it's a little different than the gray agate and silver. I just said gray agate so many times. But it's super pretty.
Well, it's cool because when you look at it online in different lights, like in all of your different pictures, it's like one looks a little bit more turquoise and then that looks a little bit more purple. So it's cool to see that it actually changes and reflects with the light.
Yeah, I love it.
We're so excited. And thank you so much for taking the time. I know you have a million things to do.
Of course. This was awesome. I honestly was looking forward to it. You guys are great. And I could talk about it all day, and I appreciate your support for our brand and just, believing in us. So of course we do this with you.
You're so sweet. And you made Brimmer's day.
For me, I'm like fangirl obsessed.
I love it. Oh, awesome. And that's my favorite noise.
Yeah, well, it's like, you know when you're coming.
I'm happy.
Exactly. Oh, you guys are awesome.
And we'll see you in Cape Cod next, hopefully.
Yes. Can't wait. Road trip.
This summer.
I love it. All right, ladies. Have a good night.
Thank you.
No problem. Bye.